sometimes in ways you don't even notice, like avoiding risky situations automatically. Chapter 3. Happiness isn't just a mood, it's a chemical reaction. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins are tiny molecules orchestrating joy, love, and laughter. Social bonding triggers oxytocin, making human connection literally addictive. Even small acts like helping someone can spike your brain's reward system. Science shows that chasing experiences often beats chasing things when it comes to long-term emotional satisfaction. Chapter 4. Sadness has a purpose too. When you feel low, your brain slows down, allowing reflection and problem solving. Tears aren't just water, they release stress hormones. This is why crying often leaves you calmer afterward. Sadness also signals others to offer support, strengthening social bonds. Emotions, even negative ones, act as internal guides to navigate life and relationships more effectively. Chapter 5. Anger isn't always destructive. It's a signal that something violates your personal boundaries or values. The amygdala, a tiny brain structure, triggers it almost instantly. A controlled release, like expressing frustration constructively, can sharpen focus and boost motivation. Interestingly, cultures vary in how anger is displayed, showing that our emotions are both biological and socially influenced, making them deeply human and fascinatingly complex. Chapter 6. Surprise is the brain's way of learning quickly. When something unexpected happens, neurons fire faster, increasing attention and memory. That sudden jolt you feel isn't random. It's your brain capturing information to adapt faster. Even tiny surprises, like a new smell or sound, trigger curiosity. This is why humans love stories, twists, and jokes. Surprise keeps the brain alert and engaged. Chapter 7. Disgust protects us from danger. A wrinkled nose or gag reflex isn't just cultural, it's survival encoded in our biology. It warns us against spoiled food, harmful substances, or risky behaviors. Interestingly, disgust can extend beyond physical things to moral situations, showing how emotions shape judgments. Science suggests these reactions evolve to prevent disease, maintain hygiene, and ensure human survival through social cohesion. Chapter 8. Love is both chemical and narrative. Dopamine fuels desire, oxytocin fuels bonding, and vasopressin fuels long-term attachment. Falling in love literally rewires your brain, increasing focus and energy while reducing fear of risk. Human connection, romantic or platonic, taps into these circuits, making relationships a biological necessity. Love is more than feelings. It's evolution's way of ensuring species survival through attachment. Chapter 9. Jealousy isn't just envy. It's a signal your brain uses to protect relationships and status. When you feel jealous, the brain lights up areas associated with social evaluation, reward, and anxiety. Small doses can motivate self-improvement, but excessive jealousy can damage bonds. Psychologists note that jealousy reveals what humans truly value, showing how complex our emotions are, blending biology, psychology, and social norms. Chapter 10. Gratitude rewires the brain for positivity. Studies show that expressing thanks increases serotonin and dopamine, making you happier instantly. Gratitude doesn't just benefit mood, It strengthens social bonds and reduces stress. Simple habits like journaling what you appreciate reshape neural pathways over time. This proves emotions aren't fixed, they're flexible. And by Chapter 11, curiosity drives human progress. When something piques your interest, the brain releases dopamine, rewarding exploration and learning. Even small questions like why the sky changes color trigger these circuits. Curiosity strengthens memory, problem-solving, and creativity. It's not just a personality trait, it's a survival mechanism. Humans who asked more questions and explored more often adapted faster, making curiosity a key engine of evolution and innovation. Chapter 12. Guilt is an emotion wired for social cohesion. When you feel guilty, your brain signals that you violated moral or social norms. This discomfort motivates repair, apologies, corrective action, or reflection. Interestingly, guilt varies culturally, showing emotions are shaped by society too. Neuroscience reveals that guilt engages areas controlling empathy and self-awareness. It's uncomfortable, yes, but essential for building trust, accountability, and long-lasting human relationships. Chapter 13. Shame differs from guilt. It's self-directed. While guilt focuses on actions, shame attacks identity. Brain studies show it activates areas associated with self-reflection and social evaluation. Shame can motivate change but can also paralyze. Humans experience shame differently across cultures, showing it's a blend of biology and society. Learning to manage shame improves emotional intelligence, decision-making, and resilience, proving that even painful feelings carry purpose and lessons. Chapter 14. Embarrassment is surprisingly useful. A blush signals to others that you recognize a social mistake, promoting forgiveness and connection. Science shows that the sympathetic nervous system triggers this rapid heat surge in your face. This tiny, involuntary reaction fosters empathy and understanding in social groups. Even small, awkward moments build bonds. Evolution used embarrassment to maintain harmony, showing that tiny emotional cues can shape human interaction profoundly. Chapter 15. Pride boosts motivation and performance. When you achieve something, your brain releases dopamine, reinforcing effort and focus. Pride is more than vanity. It signals competence to yourself and others. Healthy pride encourages growth, persistence, and confidence, while unhealthy pride can isolate you. Interestingly, pride can be contagious. Seeing others succeed triggers similar brain circuits, promoting aspiration and ambition across social groups. Emotion drives achievement more than logic alone. Chapter 16. Loneliness is a signal, not just a feeling. Social isolation triggers stress hormones like cortisol, warning your brain that connection is essential for survival. Chronic loneliness can harm the heart and immune system, proving evolution shaped us to seek company. Even brief social interactions like smiling or chatting release oxytocin, counteracting these effects. Our need for connection is hardwired, making companionship as vital as food or safety for emotional health. Chapter 17. Surprise fear is different from regular fear. Sudden unexpected events spike adrenaline faster, heightening alertness and memory. Think of jumping at a loud sound. The brain instantly decides friend or threat. This mechanism helped early humans survive predators. Today, it makes horror movies thrilling. Understanding this shows how the brain prioritizes novelty and danger, blending biology with experience, and explains why humans are drawn to both risk and excitement. Chapter 18. Anticipation is like delayed dopamine. Thinking about a reward activates the same brain circuits as receiving it. Humans enjoy planning, waiting, and imagining future success because it creates pleasure before the event occurs. Even small events like waiting for a text or a coffee trigger this system. Neuroscience proves anticipation shapes motivation, behavior, and decision-making. Life feels richer because the brain rewards both imagination and reality. Chapter 19. Relief is powerful. When danger passes, the brain floods with dopamine and serotonin, signaling safety and satisfaction. Relief strengthens learning. Humans remember mistakes and adjust behavior to avoid them. Even tiny experiences like finishing a difficult task provide this emotional reward. Science shows that these feelings are critical for survival and adaptation. Relief teaches us to recognize threats, respond wisely, and celebrate overcoming them, shaping resilience. Chapter 20. Confusion sparks learning. When faced with something unclear, the brain increases neural activity, searching for patterns. This discomfort motivates problem-solving and curiosity. Studies show that controlled confusion improves memory and creativity, making it a valuable tool for education. Humans evolved to embrace puzzles and challenges because they strengthen cognition. Feeling lost isn't a weakness. It's a brain hack prompting deeper understanding, making confusion a surprisingly useful emotion. Chapter 21. Frustration is a signal that progress is blocked. When you feel stuck, your brain releases stress hormones, urging problem-solving or strategy change. It can be motivating if channeled properly. Even small annoyances, like a tangled cord, teach patience and adaptation. Neuroscience shows that frustration strengthens learning when managed, making humans more resilient. Evolution shaped this emotion to push persistence, ensuring survival when facing repeated challenges. Chapter 22. Excitement activates the same circuits as reward anticipation. Heart rate increases, pupils dilate, and dopamine flows. Humans feel alive when facing novelty, adventure, or discovery. Science shows that this physiological reaction strengthens memory and focus. Even simple pleasures like hearing good news trigger this response. Excitement keeps the brain engaged, motivating exploration and achievement. Emotion fuels action, proving humans are wired to chase experiences as much as necessities. Chapter 23. Reluctance is subtle yet protective. The brain hesitates when a choice carries uncertainty or risk. This cautious approach evolved to prevent harm and conserve energy. Reluctance isn't laziness. It's a survival instinct signaling evaluation before action. Neuroscience shows it engages areas related to judgment and reward prediction. Even small decisions like choosing a route activate this process. Humans balance risk and reward continuously, making hesitation an essential emotional tool. Chapter 24. Hope is a survival booster. Imagining positive outcomes increases dopamine and motivates action. It helps humans endure hardship, pursue goals, and recover from setbacks. Neuroscience reveals that hope engages the prefrontal cortex, strengthening planning and problem-solving. Even small signs of progress in daily life spark hope, keeping energy high. Evolution favored hopeful minds because they persist longer in challenges, showing how a simple emotion drives resilience and adaptation. Chapter 25. Regret teaches through reflection. When humans consider past choices, the brain activates areas associated with decision-making and emotion. Regret signals what didn't work, guiding future behavior. Studies show moderate regret improves learning, but excessive regret can paralyze. Evolution shaped this emotion to optimize survival decisions. Even minor regrets like missing a train train the mind to plan better. Reflection and regret turn mistakes into growth, making emotions practical tools. Chapter 26. Relief mixed with gratitude strengthens bonds. When danger passes or help arrives, the brain floods with chemicals promoting calm and social connection. Humans remember supportive experiences, fostering trust. Even brief acts like a friend sharing food trigger these feelings. Science shows that these combined emotions increase cooperation and social cohesion. Evolution used this to ensure group survival. Gratitude and relief teach humans to value others, making relationships essential for emotional balance. Chapter 27. Confident emotions enhance performance. When belief in ability is high, stress hormones decrease, focus increases, and the brain engages problem-solving more effectively. Confidence signals competence to others, strengthening social standing. Neuroscience reveals feedback loops. Small successes boost belief, which fuels future achievement. Humans evolved to display confidence as survival strategy, gaining access to resources, mates, and leadership opportunities. Emotion directly drives capability, showing feelings are more than internal. They influence action. Chapter 28. Curiosity mixed with awe inspires exploration. Witnessing something vast, beautiful, or mysterious triggers dopamine and endorphins. Humans are drawn to the unknown, from starry skies to new ideas. Neuroscience shows awe expands thinking, reduces stress, and strengthens memory. Evolution rewarded those who noticed subtle changes in nature, creating curiosity and awe as survival mechanisms. Feeling wonder keeps minds alert, making emotion a bridge between observation, learning, and discovery. Chapter 29. Disappointment signals expectations aren't met. When reality falls short, stress hormones spike, motivating adaptation or change. Humans process disappointment to refine goals and strategies. Neuroscience shows moderate disappointment improves resilience and patience. Even small instances, like a canceled event, teach flexibility. Emotion evolved to adjust behavior, helping humans survive uncertain environments. Understanding disappointment as guidance, not failure, transforms setbacks into tools for personal growth and decision-making. Chapter 30. Empathy is wired for connection. Feeling another's joy or pain activates mirror neurons, creating shared experience. Humans evolved empathy to strengthen cooperation, social bonds, and survival. Science shows empathy improves communication, conflict resolution, and emotional intelligence. Even small acts like noticing a friend's discomfort trigger this response. Understanding emotions in others is as critical as managing one's own. Empathy proves emotions are not just personal, They are social glue shaping communities. Chapter 31. Anxiety is a warning system. When the brain anticipates danger, even if imaginary, it releases stress hormones to prepare for action. Moderate anxiety sharpens focus and decision-making, but chronic anxiety can be harmful. Humans evolved this response to survive unpredictable environments. Even thinking about future risks triggers it. Anxiety isn't weakness. It's an internal alert system, keeping you aware, cautious, and ready to act when needed. Chapter 32. Compassion drives cooperation. Feeling concern for others releases oxytocin, enhancing social bonds and trust. Humans evolved compassion to strengthen communities and ensure mutual survival. Small gestures, like helping a stranger, trigger the same emotional circuits as major acts of care. Neuroscience shows compassionate individuals experience higher satisfaction and resilience. Emotion guides behavior, proving humans are wired not just for self-preservation, but for shared survival through empathy and support. Chapter 33. Anticipatory excitement boosts learning. The brain rewards the expectation of new experiences with dopamine, enhancing memory and focus. Humans enjoy planning, imagining, and predicting outcomes because it prepares them for action. Even imagining simple events, like a meal or a meeting, triggers this system. Neuroscience reveals that anticipation improves motivation and engagement. Life feels richer because brains are wired to reward not just experiences, but the very thought of them. Chapter 34. Frustration paired with persistence strengthens the brain. When goals are blocked, stress hormones spike, signaling the need to adapt strategies. Managed properly, frustration increases resilience, problem-solving, and skill development. Humans evolved to endure obstacles because overcoming them increased survival chances. Even small challenges like puzzles train this response. Frustration isn't just unpleasant, it's a catalyst, teaching patience and creativity while shaping human intelligence and adaptive behavior. Chapter 35. Surprise joy activates reward circuits. Unexpected positive events trigger dopamine and serotonin, boosting mood and attention. Humans remember surprises more vividly, which helps learning and decision-making. Small moments, like receiving compliments or gifts, create lasting impact. Neuroscience shows our brains evolved to detect novelty as a survival advantage. Emotion rewards noticing and responding to change. Surprise is a tool evolution built to make humans alert, curious, and connected. Chapter 36. Curiosity about danger is adaptive. Humans feel drawn to risky situations because the brain releases dopamine during investigation. This heightened awareness improves learning and survival. Even observing something unsafe triggers alertness and evaluation. Neuroscience shows risk and curiosity overlap in brain circuits, creating tension and thrill. Evolution favored those who explored cautiously. Curiosity isn't reckless. It's a finely tuned tool helping humans navigate complexity, balance risk, and maximize understanding. Chapter 37. Relief after stress strengthens memory. When danger passes, dopamine floods the brain, creating positive reinforcement. Humans remember the experience, learning to avoid threats or respond better next time. Even small victories trigger this system. Neuroscience shows relief reduces cortisol, improves mood, and strengthens resilience. Evolution used this mechanism to reward adaptation. Relief teaches humans that challenges can be overcome, making emotions both guides and rewards in daily life. Chapter 38. Jealousy is a social compass. The brain lights up regions involved in reward and social evaluation when someone threatens your status or relationships. Moderate jealousy motivates self-improvement and vigilance. Humans evolved this response to protect resources, relationships, and reputation. Excessive jealousy harms bonds, but small doses improve survival chances. Neuroscience shows it blends biology and culture. Emotion signals priorities, showing that feelings aren't arbitrary. They guide choices, competition, and social behavior. Chapter 39. Love strengthens cooperation and survival. Romantic or platonic, attachment releases oxytocin, dopamine, and vasopressin, building trust and connection. Humans evolved love to ensure caregiving, reproduction, and group cohesion. Small interactions like hugs or shared meals activate bonding circuits. Neuroscience shows love improves mental and physical health, reducing stress and increasing resilience. Emotion drives connection, proving humans aren't solitary creatures. Their feelings are bridges that sustain life and society. Chapter 40. Gratitude rewires perception. Focusing on appreciation increases serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, boosting mood and social bonding. Humans evolved this emotion to reinforce cooperation and reciprocity. Even small acknowledgments, like saying thanks, activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows practicing gratitude reduces stress and strengthens resilience. Emotion transforms perspective, teaching that noticing the positive, however small, rewires the brain to prioritize meaningful connections and experiences over fleeting distractions. Chapter 41. Anger sharpens focus. When triggered, the amygdala releases adrenaline, increasing alertness and reaction speed. Controlled anger can motivate problem-solving and boundary setting. Humans evolved this response to respond to threats and injustice. Even minor frustrations prepare the brain to act. Neuroscience shows expressing anger constructively strengthens resilience and confidence. Emotion is not random. It signals action, guiding behavior, and ensuring survival while maintaining social order. Chapter 42. Sadness improves reflection. When feeling low, the brain slows cognitive processes, allowing deeper thought and reassessment. Tears release stress hormones, reducing tension. Humans evolved this mechanism to learn from mistakes and foster social support. Even brief moments of sadness signal the need for connection and care. Neuroscience shows that processing sadness strengthens empathy, memory, and problem-solving. Emotion shapes growth, proving that even negative feelings carry adaptive value. Chapter 43. Fear enhances learning. The brain encodes threatening experiences more strongly, ensuring survival. Adrenaline heightens awareness, memory, and response speed. Humans evolved to remember danger and adjust behavior accordingly. Even imagined threats trigger similar neural circuits. Science shows fear improves decision-making, preparation, and vigilance. Emotion functions as an internal guide. It isn't just unpleasant. It teaches caution, shapes behavior, and strengthens resilience, making humans adaptive in unpredictable environments. Chapter 44. Joy reinforces behavior. When humans experience happiness, dopamine circuits reward actions, encouraging repetition. Smiling, laughter, and social bonding amplify this effect. Neuroscience shows shared joy strengthens cooperation and relationships. Humans evolved this response to foster connection, group cohesion, and survival. Even small pleasures like music or food engage reward pathways. Emotion directs behavior toward beneficial experiences, proving happiness is more than a mood. It's an evolutionary tool guiding life choices. Chapter 45. Disgust protects health. A wrinkled nose or nausea alerts the brain to potential toxins or disease. Humans evolved this reaction to avoid harm and ensure survival. Even moral disgust signals social boundaries and values. Neuroscience shows that both physical and moral disgust activate similar brain regions. Emotion guides behavior subtly but powerfully. Disgust isn't trivial. It ensures safety, reinforces culture, and helps humans navigate complex environments, balancing biology with social expectations. Chapter 46. Surprise strengthens memory. Unexpected events trigger heightened attention and neural firing. Humans evolved to notice change, which improves learning and adaptation. Even small surprises like new sights or sounds activate dopamine pathways. Neuroscience shows that novelty engages reward circuits, reinforcing memory. Emotion alerts the brain to the unexpected, ensuring preparedness. Surprise isn't just fun. It's a survival tool, shaping how humans perceive and respond to an unpredictable world. Chapter 47. Anticipation motivates action. Thinking about future rewards releases dopamine, enhancing focus and preparation. Humans evolved this response to pursue goals efficiently. Even simple anticipation, like waiting for a meal or event, engages neural circuits. Neuroscience shows that the brain experiences excitement in expectation, not just outcome. Emotion drives forward movement. Anticipation teaches humans to plan, prioritize, and remain engaged, proving that looking forward is as vital as reacting to the present. Chapter 48. Empathy enhances cooperation. Mirror neurons fire when observing others' emotions, creating shared understanding. Humans evolved empathy to build trust, reduce conflict, and ensure group survival. Even subtle cues like tone or gesture trigger emotional resonance. Neuroscience shows that empathic brains coordinate social behavior and strengthen bonds. Emotion is a bridge between individuals. Understanding feelings in others improves survival, relationships, and collaboration, proving humans are wired to connect through shared experience. Chapter 49. Guilt fosters accountability. Feeling guilt signals a violation of moral or social norms, motivating corrective action. Humans evolved this mechanism to maintain trust and cohesion. Even minor missteps trigger self-reflection and adjustment. Neuroscience shows guilt engages brain areas related to empathy, moral reasoning, and planning. Emotion guides ethical behavior. Guilt isn't punishment, it's adaptive, teaching lessons, preserving relationships, and ensuring communities function smoothly through shared responsibility. Chapter 50. Shame protects identity. Unlike guilt, which targets actions, shame targets self-perception. Brain areas associated with self-reflection and social evaluation activate. Humans evolved this to maintain reputation, social status, and group acceptance. Even small instances like public embarrassment reinforce social rules. Neuroscience shows shame influences behavior more than logic. Emotion isn't arbitrary. It signals when alignment with community standards is necessary, helping humans navigate complex social hierarchies safely and effectively. Chapter 51. Pride motivates achievement. Experiencing pride releases dopamine, reinforcing effort and accomplishment. Humans evolved pride to signal competence, attract resources, and gain social standing. Even small victories trigger neural reward circuits. Neuroscience shows that healthy pride boosts confidence, persistence, and learning. Emotion guides behavior, encouraging growth and resilience. Pride isn't vanity. It's a survival tool, pushing humans to strive, succeed, and showcase capability in ways that strengthen both self and community. Chapter 52. Loneliness signals social need. Isolation increases cortisol, alerting the brain that connection is essential for survival. Humans evolved to depend on companionship for safety, cooperation, and reproduction. Even brief interactions like greetings or eye contact release oxytocin, alleviating stress. Neuroscience shows loneliness affects physical and emotional health. Emotion drives social behavior. Understanding it allows humans to seek connection proactively, proving that our feelings of solitude are both a warning and an adaptive mechanism. Chapter 53. Compassion improves resilience. Helping others triggers oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, boosting mood and cooperation. Humans evolved compassion to strengthen social bonds and ensure survival. Small acts like sharing food or listening activate these circuits. Neuroscience shows that compassionate behavior reduces stress and promotes well-being. Emotion encourages pro-social behavior. Compassion isn't optional. It's integral to human survival, guiding interactions and creating networks that support collective growth and individual mental health. Chapter 54. Excitement fuels engagement. Dopamine floods the brain during thrilling or novel experiences, increasing focus and memory. Humans evolved to seek stimulation for learning and adaptation. Even minor pleasures like new sounds or sights activate these circuits. Neuroscience shows excitement enhances problem-solving and creativity. Emotion motivates exploration. Humans chase novelty because it promotes survival, adaptability, and curiosity. Excitement isn't frivolous. It's a neurological reward system pushing minds toward growth, discovery, and social connection. Chapter 55. Frustration signals obstacles. When progress is blocked, stress hormones spike, prompting reassessment and adaptation. Humans evolved this response to navigate challenges efficiently. Even small frustrations train patience and resilience. Neuroscience shows that channeling frustration constructively strengthens problem-solving and persistence. Emotion acts as a guide, pushing humans to improve. Frustration isn't punishment, it's feedback, motivating strategies, learning, and innovation while preparing the brain for future challenges with adaptive energy. Chapter 56. Surprise enhances attention. Unexpected events trigger rapid neural firing and dopamine release. Humans evolved to notice novelty as a survival mechanism, remembering critical information for future decisions. Even small surprises, like a sound or movement, engage alertness circuits. Neuroscience shows that surprise improves memory retention and learning. Emotion signals importance. Surprise isn't trivial. It sharpens focus, encourages exploration, and ensures humans respond effectively to a changing environment. Chapter 57. Anticipation encourages planning. Imagining future rewards triggers dopamine and heightens focus. Humans evolved this response to prepare for opportunities and risks. Even simple expectations, like waiting for meals or meetings, activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows that anticipation motivates behavior and strengthens engagement. Emotion directs action toward goals. Anticipation isn't idle. It primes humans to strategize, persist, and experience the pleasure of looking forward, making it a crucial survival and motivational tool. Chapter 58. Jealousy protects relationships. Feeling jealousy triggers brain regions tied to social evaluation and reward processing. Humans evolved jealousy to maintain status, protect bonds, and monitor competition. Moderate jealousy motivates self-improvement and vigilance, while excessive jealousy harms connections. Neuroscience shows it influences decision-making, highlighting priorities and social concerns. Emotion serves as a warning system. Jealousy isn't irrational. It signals what humans value most, guiding behavior and maintaining social equilibrium. Chapter 59. Love drives survival. Romantic and platonic bonds release oxytocin, dopamine, and vasopressin, promoting trust, care, and cooperation. Humans evolved love to ensure offspring survival, social cohesion, and mutual support. Even small gestures like hugs or compliments activate bonding circuits. Neuroscience shows love reduces stress and strengthens mental health. Emotion builds connection. Love isn't optional. It's essential, guiding behavior, reinforcing social networks, and sustaining life through attachment and empathy. Chapter 60. Gratitude reshapes perspective. Focusing on appreciation activates serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, improving mood and social bonds. Humans evolved gratitude to reinforce cooperation and reciprocal behavior. Even small acknowledgments trigger reward pathways. Neuroscience shows that gratitude reduces stress and strengthens resilience. Emotion guides thought and action. Gratitude isn't trivial. It trains the brain to prioritize connection, kindness, and meaningful experiences, ensuring humans notice value and foster thriving relationships. Chapter 61. Fear sharpens perception. When the brain detects threat, adrenaline and cortisol spike, enhancing focus and reaction time. Humans evolved this response to survive predators and dangers. Even imagined fears activate similar circuits, preparing for action. Neuroscience shows fear improves learning and memory of risky situations. Emotion acts as an internal alarm. Fear isn't weakness. It's a survival tool guiding attention, decisions, and behavior in critical moments. Chapter 62. Happiness reinforces positive behavior. When humans experience joy, dopamine and serotonin reward actions, motivating repetition. Even small pleasures like laughter or sunlight activate these circuits. Neuroscience shows shared happiness strengthens social bonds and cooperation. Humans evolved to pursue joy as it promotes well-being, learning, and group cohesion. Emotion shapes life choices. Happiness isn't frivolous. It's a signal encouraging behaviors that increase survival, connection, and personal satisfaction. Chapter 63. Anger signals injustice. When boundaries are crossed, the amygdala triggers adrenaline and heightened focus. Humans evolved anger to defend resources, relationships, and values. Controlled anger motivates action and problem solving. Even minor annoyances train response systems. Neuroscience shows expressing anger constructively enhances resilience and leadership skills. Emotion isn't random. It communicates priorities and drives action. Anger guides behavior, ensuring humans protect themselves, assert needs, and maintain fairness in social interactions. Chapter 64. Sadness promotes reflection. When humans feel low, the brain slows, allowing deep thought and emotional processing. Tears release stress hormones, reducing tension. Humans evolved sadness to encourage reflection, learning, and connection. Even brief moments of melancholy signal need for care and support. Neuroscience shows sadness strengthens empathy and social bonds. Emotion shapes growth. Sadness isn't weakness. It teaches, repairs, and fosters resilience, providing a mental pause for adaptation and insight. Chapter 65. Surprise enhances learning. Unexpected events spike attention and dopamine, improving memory retention. Humans evolved to notice novelty as a survival advantage. Even minor surprises like a sudden sound activate alertness circuits. Neuroscience shows surprise strengthens cognition and adaptability. Emotion signals importance. Surprise isn't trivial. It sharpens focus, reinforces learning, and ensures humans remain responsive to environmental changes, blending curiosity with practical survival mechanisms in everyday life. Chapter 66. Excitement motivates exploration. Dopamine floods the brain when humans encounter novelty, adventure, or challenges. Even small joys like trying new food activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows excitement strengthens memory, attention, and learning. Humans evolved this response to pursue experiences beneficial for survival. Emotion drives curiosity. Excitement isn't superficial. It encourages engagement, discovery, and problem solving, shaping adaptive behavior and maintaining alertness in complex, changing environments. Chapter 67. Frustration signals obstacles to overcome. When progress is blocked, stress hormones activate, prompting reassessment and strategy adjustment. Humans evolved this response to solve problems and persist. Even minor frustrations like traffic delays train patience and resilience. Neuroscience shows managed frustration strengthens learning and cognitive flexibility. Emotion acts as guidance. Frustration isn't failure. It motivates adaptation, teaching humans to navigate challenges and improve performance while shaping mental toughness. Chapter 68. Empathy connects humans. Mirror neurons fire when observing others' emotions, creating shared understanding. Humans evolved empathy to cooperate, reduce conflict, and strengthen social bonds. Even subtle cues like facial expressions trigger this response. Neuroscience shows empathy improves communication, trust, and emotional intelligence. Emotion guides behavior. Empathy isn't optional. It's a survival mechanism, ensuring humans work together, respond to others' needs, and build resilient communities. Chapter 69. Guilt promotes accountability. Feeling guilty activates brain areas controlling moral judgment and self-reflection. Humans evolved guilt to maintain trust, cohesion, and cooperative behavior. Even small transgressions trigger this emotion, encouraging repair or apology. Neuroscience shows guilt strengthens ethical decision-making and social behavior. Emotion acts as internal guidance. Guilt isn't punishment, it's adaptive, motivating humans to learn from mistakes, restore relationships, and maintain integrity within groups. Chapter 70. Shame regulates social behavior. Unlike guilt, shame targets self-perception, activating brain regions associated with identity and evaluation. Humans evolved this emotion to preserve reputation and group acceptance. Even minor public embarrassment influences future decisions. Neuroscience shows shame shapes behavior more powerfully than logic alone. Emotion is adaptive. Shame isn't merely painful. It signals alignment with social norms, protecting relationships and ensuring survival within complex social networks. Chapter 71. Pride fuels persistence. Experiencing achievement releases dopamine, reinforcing effort and motivating further success. Humans evolved pride to signal competence, gain status, and attract cooperation. Even small accomplishments activate reward circuits, boosting confidence and self-esteem. Neuroscience shows pride strengthens learning and goal-directed behavior. Emotion drives action. Pride isn't arrogance. It encourages growth, resilience, and recognition, helping humans pursue challenges while maintaining motivation and social cohesion. Chapter 72. Loneliness warns of social need. Isolation triggers cortisol, signaling the brain that connection is essential. Humans evolved to depend on social bonds for survival, cooperation, and protection. Even brief interactions like conversation or smiles release oxytocin, easing stress. Neuroscience shows chronic loneliness harms mental and physical health. Emotion guides behavior. Loneliness isn't trivial. It motivates humans to seek relationships, strengthening bonds and maintaining community resilience. Chapter 73. Compassion strengthens groups. Caring for others triggers oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, enhancing mood and cooperation. Humans evolved compassion to support collective survival and well-being. Small acts of kindness, like listening or sharing, activate reward pathways. Neuroscience shows compassionate behavior improves resilience and satisfaction. Emotion directs behavior. Compassion isn't optional. It ensures humans work together, build trust, and thrive socially, providing both personal and communal benefits. Chapter 74. Excitement energizes learning. Novelty, adventure, or challenge releases dopamine, improving memory and focus. Humans evolved excitement to pursue opportunities that benefit survival. Even minor pleasures like new music or food engage neural reward circuits. Neuroscience shows excitement enhances creativity and problem solving. Emotion motivates engagement. Excitement isn't frivolous. It drives exploration, adaptation, and curiosity, shaping behavior and fostering alertness in changing environments. Chapter 75. Frustration signals blocked progress. Stress hormones spike when humans encounter obstacles, prompting strategy adjustments. Managed frustration strengthens problem-solving, resilience, and adaptability. Even minor irritations like delays train patience. Neuroscience shows controlled frustration enhances cognitive flexibility. Emotion guides action. Frustration isn't failure. It motivates humans to learn, adapt, and persist, shaping behavior for long-term success and survival. Chapter 76. Surprise captures attention. Unexpected events trigger dopamine and heighten neural activity, improving learning and memory. Humans evolved to notice novelty for survival. Even small surprises like sudden sounds or movement activate alertness circuits. Neuroscience shows surprise reinforces cognitive processing and adaptive behavior. Emotion signals importance. Surprise isn't trivial. It sharpens focus, ensures responsiveness, and encourages exploration, keeping humans aware in a dynamic world. Chapter 77. Anticipation primes behavior. Imagining future rewards releases dopamine, improving focus and motivation. Humans evolved anticipation to prepare for opportunities and risks. Even simple events like waiting for food or social interactions activate neural reward circuits. Neuroscience shows anticipation increases engagement and goal-directed behavior. Emotion drives action. Anticipation isn't idle. It prepares humans to plan, persist, and enjoy both imagined and real experiences, enhancing survival and well-being. Chapter 78. Jealousy protects status and bonds. Feeling threatened triggers brain areas associated with social evaluation and reward. Humans evolved jealousy to guard relationships, resources, and reputation. Moderate jealousy motivates improvement, while excessive jealousy can harm connections. Neuroscience shows it influences decisions and priorities. Emotion guides social behavior. Jealousy isn't irrational. It signals value, prompting vigilance and adaptation, helping humans maintain balance in relationships and social hierarchies. Chapter 79. Love strengthens survival. Romantic and platonic attachment releases oxytocin, dopamine, and vasopressin, promoting trust and care. Humans evolved love to ensure offspring survival, group cohesion, and cooperation. Even small gestures like hugs or support trigger bonding circuits. Neuroscience shows love reduces stress and improves health. Emotion directs behavior. Love isn't optional. It sustains social networks, fosters cooperation, and ensures emotional and physical well-being. Chapter 80. Gratitude rewires perception. Focusing on appreciation releases serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, boosting mood and relationships. Humans evolved gratitude to reinforce cooperation and reciprocity. Even small acknowledgments activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows gratitude reduces stress and increases resilience. Emotion guides thought and action. Gratitude isn't trivial. It trains humans to value connection, recognize positivity, and strengthen bonds, shaping a more adaptive, socially aware mind. Chapter 81. Fear prepares the body. When danger is perceived, adrenaline spikes, heart rate increases, and senses sharpen. Humans evolved fear to survive threats and react quickly. Even imagined dangers activate similar neural circuits, heightening alertness. Neuroscience shows fear enhances memory of risky events. Emotion acts as an internal guide. Fear isn't weakness. It's a survival tool, keeping humans aware, ready, and adaptive in unpredictable situations. Chapter 82. Happiness strengthens bonds. Experiencing joy releases dopamine and serotonin, motivating repetition of positive actions. Humans evolved happiness to encourage cooperation and social cohesion. Even small pleasures like laughter or sunlight engage reward circuits. Neuroscience shows shared happiness improves relationships, trust, and well-being. Emotion directs behavior. Happiness isn't trivial. It signals beneficial actions, motivates engagement, and fosters connection, ensuring both survival and personal satisfaction. Chapter 83. Anger signals protection. When boundaries are crossed, the amygdala triggers adrenaline, increasing focus and reaction. Humans evolved anger to defend resources, status, and relationships. Controlled anger motivates action and problem-solving. Neuroscience shows constructive expression of anger improves resilience, leadership, and decision-making. Emotion isn't random. It communicates priorities and needs. Anger guides behavior, ensuring humans respond to threats, injustice, and social challenges effectively. Chapter 84. Sadness allows reflection. Low mood slows cognitive processes, encouraging introspection and emotional processing. Tears release stress hormones, reducing tension. Humans evolved sadness to learn from mistakes, seek support, and foster empathy. Even minor melancholy prompts social connection. Neuroscience shows sadness strengthens memory, problem-solving, and social awareness. Emotion shapes growth. Sadness isn't weakness. It provides insight, guides adaptation, and builds resilience in both personal and social contexts. Chapter 85. Surprise enhances cognition. Unexpected events spike neural activity and dopamine, improving memory retention. Humans evolved to notice novelty as a survival advantage. Even small surprises like a sudden noise or visual change heighten alertness. Neuroscience shows surprise strengthens attention and learning. Emotion signals importance. Surprise isn't trivial. It sharpens focus, encourages exploration, and ensures humans remain adaptive in changing environments, enhancing both survival and understanding. Chapter 86. Excitement motivates exploration. Novel or thrilling experiences release dopamine, increasing attention and memory retention. Humans evolved excitement to pursue opportunities that enhance learning and survival. Even small pleasures, like discovering something new, activate neural reward circuits. Neuroscience shows excitement improves creativity and problem-solving. Emotion drives engagement. Excitement isn't superficial. It encourages curiosity, adaptive behavior, and alertness, keeping humans actively engaged with the world around them. Chapter 87. Frustration signals challenges. When progress is blocked, stress hormones prompt adaptation and problem-solving. Humans evolved frustration to overcome obstacles and persist toward goals. Even minor irritations train patience and resilience. Neuroscience shows managed frustration strengthens cognitive flexibility and learning. Emotion guides action. Frustration isn't failure. It motivates humans to adapt, innovate, and persist, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth and skill development. Chapter 88. Empathy connects humans. Observing others' emotions activates mirror neurons, creating shared understanding. Humans evolved empathy to cooperate, reduce conflict, and strengthen social cohesion. Even subtle cues like expressions or tone trigger response. Neuroscience shows empathy improves trust, communication, and emotional intelligence. Emotion is a social tool. Empathy isn't optional. It allows humans to navigate relationships, respond to needs, and build resilient communities. Chapter 89. Guilt promotes repair. Feeling guilty activates brain regions responsible for moral judgment and self-reflection. Humans evolved guilt to maintain trust, cohesion, and ethical behavior. Even small missteps trigger corrective action or apology. Neuroscience shows guilt strengthens learning from mistakes and relationship maintenance. Emotion acts as guidance. Guilt isn't punishment. It motivates humans to adjust behavior, preserve relationships, and uphold social norms. Chapter 90. Shame regulates social behavior. Unlike guilt, shame targets self-identity, activating areas for self-reflection and social evaluation. Humans evolved shame to protect reputation, status, and group acceptance. Even minor embarrassment influences decisions and behavior. Neuroscience shows shame shapes conduct more effectively than reasoning alone. Emotion is adaptive. Shame isn't merely painful. It signals alignment with social norms, maintaining relationships and social cohesion critical for survival. Chapter 91. Pride reinforces achievement. Experiencing success releases dopamine, motivating further effort and goal pursuit. Humans evolved pride to signal competence, attract cooperation, and gain social standing. Even small victories activate reward circuits, boosting confidence. Neuroscience shows pride strengthens learning, persistence, and resilience. Emotion guides action. Pride isn't arrogance, it's adaptive, pushing humans to strive, succeed, and maintain motivation while building social trust and recognition. Chapter 92. Loneliness alerts survival need. Social isolation triggers cortisol, signaling that connection is essential. Humans evolved dependence on social bonds for protection, cooperation, and reproduction. Even brief interactions like eye contact or conversation release oxytocin, reducing stress. Neuroscience shows chronic loneliness impacts mental and physical health. Emotion directs behavior. Loneliness isn't trivial. It motivates humans to connect, maintain relationships, and sustain community support systems. Chapter 93. Compassion strengthens cooperation. Helping others triggers oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, enhancing mood and trust. Humans evolved compassion to maintain group cohesion and ensure survival. Small acts like sharing or listening activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows compassionate behavior improves resilience, well-being, and social bonds. Emotion drives pro-social action. Compassion isn't optional. It ensures humans work together, support each other, and thrive socially while reinforcing adaptive behavior. Chapter 94. Excitement fuels exploration. Novel experiences release dopamine, boosting attention, memory, and engagement. Humans evolved excitement to pursue opportunities, learn, and adapt. Even minor thrills like discovering a new sound activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows excitement enhances creativity and problem solving. Emotion motivates engagement. Excitement isn't superficial. It drives curiosity, learning, and adaptive behavior, keeping humans alert and active in a changing environment. Chapter 95. Frustration signals obstacles to overcome. Stress hormones spike when goals are blocked, prompting strategy reassessment. Humans evolved frustration to persist and adapt. Even minor setbacks train patience and resilience. Neuroscience shows controlled frustration improves learning, problem-solving, and cognitive flexibility. Emotion guides action. Frustration isn't failure. It motivates humans to persist, adapt, and grow, turning challenges into opportunities for skill development and survival. Chapter 96. Surprise heightens learning. Unexpected events trigger dopamine and heighten neural firing, enhancing memory and attention. Humans evolved to notice novelty as a survival mechanism. Even small surprises activate alertness circuits. Neuroscience shows surprise strengthens cognitive processing and adaptability. Emotion signals importance. Surprise isn't trivial. It sharpens focus, encourages exploration, and ensures humans respond effectively to changes in their environment. Chapter 97. Anticipation drives action. Imagining future rewards releases dopamine, increasing motivation, focus, and planning. Humans evolved anticipation to prepare for opportunities and risks. Even simple expectations like waiting for food or events activate reward circuits. Neuroscience shows anticipation improves engagement and goal-directed behavior. Emotion motivates. Anticipation isn't idle. It primes humans to plan, persist, and enjoy both imagined and real experiences, enhancing survival and well-being. Chapter 98. Jealousy protects resources and relationships. Feeling threatened activates brain areas tied to social evaluation and reward. Humans evolved jealousy to maintain bonds, status, and cooperation. Moderate jealousy motivates improvement. Excessive jealousy can harm connections. Neuroscience shows it influences priorities and behavior. Emotion is adaptive. Jealousy isn't irrational. It signals value, prompting vigilance and action, helping humans safeguard relationships and social standing. Chapter 99. Love strengthens connection and survival. Attachment releases oxytocin, dopamine, and vasopressin, fostering trust, cooperation, and care. Humans evolved love to protect offspring, maintain social cohesion, and support community survival. Even small gestures like hugs or assistance activate bonding circuits. Neuroscience shows love reduces stress and enhances well-being. Emotion directs behavior. Love isn't optional. It sustains relationships, promotes collaboration, and ensures emotional and social health. Chapter 100. Gratitude rewires the brain. Focusing on appreciation releases serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, enhancing mood and relationships. Humans evolved gratitude to reinforce cooperation, reciprocity, and social cohesion. Even small acknowledgments activate reward pathways. Neuroscience shows gratitude reduces stress and increases resilience. Emotion guides thought and behavior. Gratitude isn't trivial. It teaches humans to notice value, strengthen bonds, and foster adaptive, socially connected lives. Thank you for joining Night Drift Stories. Remember, emotions shape our lives, guide our decisions, and connect us to each other. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned and don't forget to explore your feelings. They're more powerful than you realize. See you in the next story.